Hey guys,
Hello, yo, yo, yo.
welcome.
Uh, are we in a call?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay, okay. Do I? Okay, okay. Actually, wait. Never mind. Okay, I'll just let BSJ show.
Yeah. Um. So is it the Snapfire Jug game you lane together, or the Lion Void game you lane together?
The Snapfire Jug game we lane together.
Oh, I thought I saw at the beginning you guys were going to separate lanes. Maybe I was too presumptuous.
The Lion Void game, I sent it because I just wanted to ask some questions, but it's fine if you wanted to review a game that
I think it's
we
good to
need to
go
lane
from the
together.
ground up. I want to see what you guys are doing.
Okay.
We can probably have time for both. Well, welcome, Shipmonlee. Is there a name I can call you?
I mean, you can just call me Lung.
Loong?
Yeah, that's my Chinese name.
Okay, Loong.
Lung.
Did I say it
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, at least good enough. Okay, let me.
I'm just gonna mute myself because I don't want to interrupt. I think
Sure,
I think
man.
it's mainly for him, right?
It's for both of you. I mean, like obviously it
Oh,
is his session, but the goal is for you guys to improve as a duo. So,
oh, okay.
it's definitely not just for him. I mean, whatever you can get out of it is great. The idea I want to see is
Mhm.
what I guess my first impression is, you guys just met each other playing together. What was like the difference generally between solo queuing and playing together? Were there any noticeable differences for either of you? I guess I'll have Buzz go first.
Um, There's definitely a difference because I know that he wouldn't give up the lane so easily, and he would like help me win the lane. Unlike if it was a pub, if it didn't go his way, he would leave me or he would steal my CS or just start complaining in chat.
Okay, so you just purely having somebody that's going to keep trying was a noticeable difference for you.
Yeah, it was a better difference. Although I wouldn't say it's still perfect, but it's better than queuing alone.
I mean, the idea of the duo coaching is not only like it's not like I expect you to find somebody and have you win every lane perfectly or anything. The idea is that you can learn faster was the goal. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's to be expected. Otherwise, I wouldn't have anything to coach you on. Loong, what about you, man?
I guess for me, cause when you play with pubs, I guess there are varying carry players. I think for when I play with bars, I feel like most of the time we are not winning the lane, and it's fine to not win the lane, I guess. But I think past 10 minutes, I kind of don't know what to do, cause uh, bars tends to leave the safe lane. For me, I think it's a bit early, and then it ends up safe lane is most of the time empty after 10 minutes. Then yeah, I don't really know what to do or
Okay,
how to help him in that sense. Yeah.
okay. So my goal today is to effectively be like a mediator because I think that when you're duo queuing with somebody, if you guys continue to queue regularly, it's not like you guys signed a contract or anything. For me, it's basically me trying to say, here, I'm the coach. Here's what I think both of you should be doing. Um, so I think it's important that Buzz hears what you're supposed to do, Loong, and I think vice versa. It's important so that you guys know what the mindset and thinking behind the other player in your lane is. Um, so maybe there are lanes where you're supposed to leave him alone at some point, and Buzz, you didn't think that's the case, and I'm going to talk about why he's supposed to leave you or whatever. But the point is, I want to have both of you understand your individual role, but also having you understand each other's individual role. And because I think the best type of teamwork comes from two individuals who understand their own role and have some semblance of an idea of what other roles are thinking so that they can adjust when their other roles are just doing their job, basically. Does that all make sense to both of you?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's just load up this game real quick. I'm going to watch your guys' lane, see what we got. Um, yeah, so you don't lane together. That's what I thought. So, okay, that's fine.
Oh, we didn't lane together. Sorry.
All
I
good. We'll skip through the
I
lane
got
then.
confused. We got like
I'm going to watch
yeah.
each individual one. We can ignore the lane for today. I'm going to skip past the laning stage since it's a duo queue session. Let's see what's happening here. Looks like I saw based on the replay that you guys were losing pretty bad. What's up with this item build?
Sorry.
What's up with the item build? Like, what? I've never seen this exact thing before. What's the idea?
I just want. I think I was like rushing my items, which was really wrong. I should have gone for more sustain than like. I figured that was a mistake on my end, so I lost my lane because of that. So my item choices were terrible this lane. That's why I wanted to have like a second thought on this game.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna pull up my notes for you. I don't have a ton of notes, but individually, I know you're a returning player, so some of your stuff is a bit outdated in terms of um your like knowledge of the game, I would say. Um, I guess my question is, how often do you use guides for your items?
This guide was an old one I made back before when I
No, I
played
mean
Jug
guides
like
that are made by other
yeah.
people.
Oh, I don't use them.
Okay, what's the reason behind that?
I think I item based on um what I feel will make me comfortable in playing the game or what would like help me be stronger. Like help me build my confidence, something like that.
I
Like
see.
I don't normally go builds that like I mean like I don't mean it in a bad way, but I don't really follow the meta because like what if it's not comfortable with me or like what if I don't play with it well? Or like basically I just go with what I feel comfortable with, but if it's definitely a wrong build then I'm like open to changing it or something like that. Like I'm not really sure with what is the correct build, but I just go with what I think is right.
Okay, so, I made a video a while back about how guides make people worse at the game because what happens is it's like the same thing as using ChatGPT to think for you. Um,
Yeah.
but what you're doing is the equivalent of saying AI is bad, I should never use it. When in reality, it's a very useful tool. So I think there's extremes. There's literally never looking at what other people do, and there's blindly copying what other people do. I think these are both extremes. I think it's really important to meet in the middle. I can't name a single player that doesn't like watch other people. That's not like one of the best 4 players in the world, and they still do it. So, my thought is that if 100% of pro level jugs go treads or phase, like first item, then knowing that is a big deal. And knowing that literally every best player in the world says, no, you must go boots on this hero. And then knowing that it's actually a reasonably hard decision in terms of understanding of the game to know which boot you're supposed to go and why. Um, that's where your knowledge comes from. You're not really going to learn anything if you have absolutely no starting point. And for me, that's what guides are. Guides are a lesson. They're a starting point. They're literally somebody giving you a quick 5-minute tutorial on how to play your hero, and it still requires you to think critically. Maybe it's a really layered problem, but like, this is the worst facet. The other facet's like strictly better. Everybody
Oh,
goes treads every game, and these are things that you can solve on your own time, right? And it's meant to be that, my only review for you here is your facet and item build are terrible. Like, that's the review I can give you for this game. And I mean that in the most blunt way, that if you want to maximize your own learning out of the game, that, I mentioned to you at the first start, we keep a small pool of heroes. We do CS trainer at the start of your day. And I would like to add guides to that. Like, you have a relevant guide that for the first 5 games you play a hero, when returning to the game, you use this guide, um, like blindly, because the first step for me with guides is, this is what's good in the game. This is what people are telling me is good. So I'm going to copy this, and my idea is I'm going to try to pay attention to what about this is good, and I'm also going to see what part of this I don't understand, right? Because that happens sometimes where you just like, this is good and it either doesn't work for me or I don't understand it. But that's how I can help you, right? You can talk about like, yeah, I know the guide says to do this, and then I watch you play the game, and I can see like what you're doing wrong in regards to, maybe whatever you're missing, whatever you're not understanding. I can help you much better there. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. So, are you doing the CS trainer every day? Is my question.
Yeah, I do it before I play, and I
Okay.
do it every day. Like even if I don't play, like I just like demo hero, or I do the learn thing, the 3 minute CS trainer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to hear. CS trainer every day. Looks like you have expanded your hero pool. Last time we saw Gyro. This time I'm seeing Jug. Do you have an arbitrary hero pool that you're picking from?
Yes, I do. I did the same setup as you. So I lined up the old heroes that I used to mix around with. I placed Tiny in there. Is Tiny still carry? No, because
He's
last I
not being
played, Tiny
played,
was
no.
still carry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I have to take him out. Yeah.
I mean, for me right now, in most situations, like from week to week, I'm picking like 3 or 4 heroes. So like this last week, I've been playing a lot of Gyro. Um, so like what I'm trying to say is that even though I have this many heroes on here, I probably only pick 3 or 4 of them every week. And that's because the meta's kind of shifting. That's because I don't want to pick too many heroes I haven't played recently. Because, the first game I play a hero, it's going to be ugly. Like the first game I played Gyro in like a year, I like died in lane 3 times in a way that was completely unnecessary. And those are like deaths I no longer have because I'm kind of warmed up on Gyro. So,
Okay.
I think it is really important that acknowledging that every time you pick a new hero, that when I say new hero, I mean a hero you haven't played in a long time. Every time that you do that, you're like, if you do it too much, you're actually just making things hard for yourself for no reason. Like it's not actually benefiting you. Um,
Okay. Good.
so that's just I'm just gonna put like discipline of heroes picked. I'm gonna let you kind of think to yourself for that one and come back to me. I think it's absolutely essential. I don't think anybody can meaningfully not only climb MMR but actually improve at the game if they're picking too many heroes. I not only think it's better for climbing, I think it's the only way to actually improve at the game. So that's so I think it's like there's really no ifs, ands, or buts. It kind of has to be done. Like you can shift heroes to heroes, but meaning like, you play one week and you pick 10 games of Gyro, 10 games of Jug, 10 games of Dusa, and then like the next week, maybe you want to change one of those heroes, but then you do it again, you know? That's what I mean. It's not that you have to play the same 3 heroes for all of eternity. Um,
Okay.
it's just this balance of, plug and play. So then the next thing for you, I'm this is what I'm gonna review for this game for you. I'll look at the other one after this. Is simply load up a meta guide and copy it for first 3 games minimum, recommended 5. For
Okay.
each hero you are playing back. So you're gonna have to reset this for every hero you're playing. Um, I understand the qualm with, what if you're uncomfortable? I would really like to replace that with, okay, you're uncomfortable. I need to know why, and I can help you. Like, that's not a bad thing. I need to know what you do and don't understand. And when I see this, all I know is you don't understand how to itemize and build Jug. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
what I understand, but there's no, like, it would take a really long time to, like, understand what you're thinking here in comparison to seeing, okay, here's the meta. What part about the meta don't you understand? And then we can help you find a fit in the meta for yourself. Does that make sense? Like, we're not going to have you like brainlessly copy the meta, but I need to see when you brainlessly copy the meta, what naturally works for you and what naturally doesn't work for you, and we can go from there. Are we cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna quickly watch your laning phase, Loong, as well, just for an idea of what you're doing. Okay. What happened here? Interesting. Do you remember what you were generally thinking in this time, Luke? Like right now?
I think generally I'm just so. I guess the way I play is kind of default as a support, where I try to let my core have some free farm. So I will usually just try and fight. And in this exact moment, I remembered I thought I hit my Q on Mirana, and I thought she was 1 HP. So I end up chasing her, and then just died. Yeah, I didn't check the wand. That was when I realized after she went into the fog, she came out with like 250 health. Then
I
I knew
see.
that was a wrong play. Yeah.
Yeah, so the cool thing about this for me is that if we're looking to give our core free farm, the question I always ask myself at every given moment is, if I were to disengage right now, what does the farm look like? So my thought is like, will this Morana ever be able to walk up again?
Realistically, no, because
No.
Timber has burst.
Right, so when you tell me that your priority is free farming, for me, this just looks kind of kill horny.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess at this point I overcommitted for the kill.
Yeah, so I get that. I guess what I'm trying to say for support players and like what I'm trying to tell you here is, as a core player, all I need from you is that this area is controlled by us. Like, my goal is that whatever we're doing, it feels like we have control over this, and the amount that we fight with the opponents is in order to control this. Does that like make sense? What I'm
Yeah.
So if you can reconceptualize your aggression, and like, I think your aggression is good, looking to trade and be aggressive and like pull attention to yourself, all this stuff is good. But like, if we watch this play back with this in mind, like this idea that we just need them to not farm, we just stop like right here. Right? They're back. Timbersaw's like you're gonna stay here, but you're not gonna like keep going because you already control this area. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
So this is the moment that you would turn around. And you know, obviously that doesn't end up happening. But the idea is pointing out to you that like that's what the goal is. So when you're in your games, think to yourself, which team is controlling this? You know, as long as I'm pursuing or whatever I'm doing, it's all about controlling that area. And I want to see if you can like kind of translate your actions through that priority. If that, let me know if you have questions about that.
Yeah, no, as in I understand that. I
Cool.
understand that. I mean, it's So I was telling Baza, my last game before I played with him was 3 weeks ago, so I was a bit rusty.
You were a bit rusty.
And yeah.
Okay, cool. If you guys are both a
Yeah,
bit
but
rusty, that's going to be, you know, good for, you know, you guys at the same time here. So let's look at the mid game. You're having a rough one down here. Actually, I want to go to the Void game because if I'm being blunt, I don't want to have any of the relevant feedback be given to a bootless Maelstrom rushing jug. If I'm being blunt. You know, my goal for these sessions, you know, if I am being harsh, just, you know, my goal for these sessions is for you guys to get as much out of your time learning and playing the game. And there is for me, there is like a balance of how much we try to do on our own and how much we try to do with other people's help. And just saying for the record, I respect that you're doing things on your own, Buzz. I think like the majority of people take like the lazy way out to just try to copy and do the thing that's like kind of take the shortcut to knowledge. And yeah, I think that, like I said earlier, people kind of go to extremes on this stuff. And I want to find that middle ground of studying the meta, but then coming up with your own version of it. Is how I think it's best balanced. Okay, so this seems a bit more standard. The build I see here. You're against Wraith King. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like Lich kind of took the creep aggro there and messed you up a bit. Okay. Hmm. Is this like a misclick or?
Yeah, that was a misclick. Yeah, the one I went behind.
Okay. It's a weird misclick. For me, that's a weird misclick. I don't know how. Like, it looked like you misclicked like 4 times.
Because I was like adjusting my mouse. Like I have like a stream deck beside me. It was like blocking my arm, so I
Ah,
didn't realize that. Yeah,
I see.
I was like trying to move it. I was like trying to move it with my pinky, but it was like making me move forward.
Gotcha. Okay. That's random AF, but makes sense. Um. Let me think. Okay. So what is your plan in this lane? Like, are you fighting them a lot?
No, like I'm just trying to like CS and like try to control the lane.
Okay.
So like I'm just trying not to die and trying to get farm. That's
Okay.
like my thought there.
Okay. So upgrading Wraithband and full wand means you're fighting them.
Oh, okay.
So if you aren't fighting them, then this would be at most this plus a stick and then straight treads. Because what
Got
you're
it.
doing here, which is defensive aggroing and hitting creeps, treads are by far the best item for this. Like, not even fucking close. Do you see how like your play style is in this lane? You always go treads in this type of situation. Like the 200 gold delay for this plus the 150 gold for wand recipe is like such a massive delay for how good treads are.
Got it.
So I'm just putting like in your notes, wand and wraithband are trading items. Question: how much am I trading slash fighting? Am I just playing for CS? If just playing for CS, you go treads plus whatever item your hero goes. Like Battle Fury, Maelstrom, Mask of Madness, etc. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's just a general. This is an introduction to these items reflect this playstyle. So if you combine copying a guide with understanding, okay, when I go treads straight, that's because I'm not really trading all that much. The only benefit of these smaller items is I get them in smaller pieces. Like I get Wraithband earlier, I get Wand earlier than treads. But if I'm not really trading very much, all they're effectively doing is delaying my my treads, because a Wraithband is 210 gold for the recipe, and all it gives you is 5 attack speed and 1.5 armor, I think, is like all it gives you. And for 210 gold, it seems nice, but these things don't really help you. 1.75. They don't really help you farm when you're just hitting creeps, nearly in the comparison of treads. Treads are
Okay.
just really fucking good. 35 attack speed. Like, it's so much. Okay. So I'm going to fast forward through this. And that is kind of the meta right now. People generally go starting items straight into treads. That's the meta on a lot of heroes. Not like every game, but that is the general meta right now.
And this one I got greedy. I didn't want to go back home.
Yeah, sometimes it's really awkward to go back home in these type of situations. What I want to see actually from you for the short term is to copy guides for now, and just go starting items, and at most you go stick plus treads. Okay, you just go stick. So copy builds, but for lane, just go starting items plus maybe a stick, then straight treads into whatever else this hero buys. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
We're gonna test that out and see how it works for you, okay?
Okay. So
Um,
this is the game that I mean this is the question that I asked you before now. If I should join my team and fight or farm
I see.
with Void, like when my
Um, so the first question I ask myself is, who's the damage if I'm playing Void? Lich doesn't have ulti. Lion doesn't have ulti. So I'm looking at what is my timing to fight. I'd be looking at this Lich hitting 6. I think the biggest part about this is that you're not really collecting the information that I need you to have. Like, I'd be looking at Lich as my damage. So then I'd be like, oh, okay, like once Lich is 6, I can look to TP. Oh, he's dead. Okay, I'll wait for that. And then, I'd be trying to look at bottom while I CS here. I just don't know what's going on in the game, really, when I look at your player perspective. Maybe that's just for now how it is since you're a little bit rusty, and that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna... Do you mind if I... Okay, here's the question. Buzz, do you mind if I just tell you what I think the best way to improve is, and would it make you uncomfortable to blindly follow that? For the
no,
short
it won't.
term.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the short term, I need you to pick Tread's Battle Fury builders, and I need you to pick Flash farmers like Gyro and Luna. That's the only type of heroes I want you to pick. Gyro, Luna, Medusa works. Like these heroes that farm really fast. Okay? I need you to build Tread's Battle Fury heroes. It can be any of them. It can be Jug, it can be Ursa, it can be Troll, it can be I think that's about it. Anti-Mage maybe. So I want you to go I want you for now because I don't think you can understand how to fight if you don't understand how to farm. And I don't at the current moment trust that you know how to farm properly for the first 12 minutes. So I want to see.
I agree.
Go ahead.
No, mate. I agree with you. Like I'm pretty bad at farming. Like in the early, the early stage.
Okay. Yeah, I think your first 12 minutes is something we really have to drill out. So first 12 minutes is the my what happened was at the beginning of our coaching, and I'm still new to this myself in terms of like explicit instructions and what I think is best, and I also don't necessarily love the idea of like just being like just do this, it's the best, trust me. Like I do believe every coaching student has like a different way of learning, but
Yeah.
for me, I think what I'm trying to find is this healthy balance of yes, everybody has a different way of learning, but this I want to think of myself as a doctor for a second, and I really think I need to give you a specific prescription for the problems you have. Right? Like what I'm seeing in your game is like decision making at 12 minutes is really fucking hard when you lose your lane as Void, you lost your tower, you're a hero that can't naturally jungle, and you have a team fight spell. That's way harder than heroes that like naturally win their lane and flash farm. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the decision making skill of this is way higher. And so I need to see what you're doing on a hero that's just meant to farm. I need to see what your default is so I understand what's happening to you on these other heroes.
Yeah.
So we need to refine your first 12 minutes. So first 12 minutes prescription of sorts is flash farmers or Tread's Battle Fury heroes. And the next session that we have together, I would hope it's next week or the week after. I need you to come
Okay.
back to me with specifically replays where we're looking at the first 12 minutes, and I'm going to see how well you farm in the lane. So that's what I need from you. Is there anything, any questions you have about that?
No, I don't. So you said it was Medusa, Gyro, Luna, and people who go treads, Battle Fury, right?
Yes, any of those is fine because those are heroes where your role for the first like 15 minutes is to like being chill and farm. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
kind of role I need from you. DK would technically work too, but I'd prefer not DK for now. I would say Gyro, Luna, Medusa. I think you should pick one of those, by the way, not all three of them. Like you should play one of those for the next week. And then the other option is like Ursa, Jug, Troll, as like the 3 Battle Fury builders, and or Anti-Mage, and you should pick one of those and come back to me.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay, Jug, Ursa, Troll, Anti-Mage. Pick one.
So I'll pick one of the 4. Then from the range, I'll pick one of the 3, right?
Yes, and just to make sure when I say pick one, what I'm saying is play 10 games of Gyro, or play 10 games of Medusa, or 10 games of Luna. I don't want to hear like 3 of each. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that I need 5 games on Gyro to like really refine his first 15 minutes. Like, it looks really good after that. And I don't believe anybody can like refine their first 12 minutes, especially when it's like an important concept for you if you're just trying it on different heroes. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So whenever this is a rule of thumb I have for everyone I'm coaching, is whenever we're working on a specific, like the goal is to find a specific thing that is your problem. Sometimes it's like a hero, sometimes it's a mechanic, sometimes it's a period of the game where people struggle. And the entire way to learn the fastest is to isolate everything else. Like everything else needs to be held constant because otherwise you get really confused and there's too many things being worked on at once and nothing happens. So for me, actually, a lot of my last like 6 or 7 months has actually been mentality based things. So like I struggle with mentality related things. So I had to keep my hero pool small and my role small if possible, and I was able to like better focus on mentality. That's just an example. But if we're looking to expand our hero pool, then that's when we can start picking other heroes. But right now, I don't think your hero pool is the problem. So that's my main focus for you. When you come back, do you guys have a game where you laned together? Because I would like to look at
Yes,
the
we
2
do.
of you laning
But
together once to help me out here.
yeah, I
'Cause
think we do.
I want to see what you
Let me
two
check.
do, because if I know Loong, I want this coaching session to be for you too. The goal for me is that, I think I'm going to be experimenting myself with coaching duos or potentially 5 stacks, and trying to help people have like one thing for them to work on. And so if I'm really looking for Buzz to work on his first 12 minutes, I would hope that as many games as possible out of the times you guys play together, because I know like roll queue and all that kind of stuff, that you guys would lane together. I think it's really important to see what you guys are doing and see if you can, iron out these laning phases. You're both a little bit rusty, but you'll improve faster, I think, if we have you in the same lane. Does that sound okay to you, Loong, as well?
Yeah, it's fine for me. I think
Okay.
my issue might be roll queue because I usually queue both supports, and
Yeah.
I don't get roll queue from those. Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, I probably lane with him once, maybe a few times, depending on my roll queue tokens.
yeah, I guess. Do you have to like win the games to get roll queue tokens? How does this work?
I have to queue for
Oh,
all 5 rolls to get tokens.
Yeah, and you get 4 if you win and 1 if you lose or something?
2.
2 if you lose.
Yeah, but the requirement is you have to queue for all rolls before you can get any token at all.
I see.
Yeah.
Then at the very least, if you get 4, then if you could politely request to the people every time, if you could have a line you copy paste saying, "Hey,
Okay, sure.
I am party queued You know,
Okay,
with
okay. Yeah, sure.
Buzz, can we swap lanes? Can you at least do that?
Okay.
And if it doesn't work, it's fine.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Great. I think that's the most reasonable way to give you high likelihood of laning together.
Sure.
Do you have a replay, Buzz, that you were gonna send for the two of you playing together in
Yeah.
lane?
I'm looking for one. Yeah, here. This was yeah, here. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Check this out.
Hard game also. I was like in the middle of the pack most of the game.
Okay. So since I'm purely focusing on your first 12 minutes, Buzz, and we're aiming for as many of games that you guys play together as possible that you're laning together, I am going to do my best to dissect the shit out of your guys' lane, to ask you each questions about what you're trying to do, what's going on here, and figure out if we can get a smoother lane going on average. That's our goal from today's session. Let's see what we got. How many games did you guys actually manage to play together, like total?
We played like 5 games, but we were only to lane with each other like twice
Yeah. I
because
was
of
just... Go ahead.
the soft support and the hard support thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was just generally curious because I think you guys played yesterday and today, I think. So let's see. Yeah, you guys are Ogre Medusa. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember for this part I was asking Bas, why did he get a mango here? Because a mango feels quite useless at the start.
It's a burst of HP. I think on Medusa, I think people always go stick. On Medusa starting items. I think it's way too good. Because your Mantle of Intelligence doesn't really do anything. Okay, so you're pulling small. Okay. 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 So interestingly enough, this is a lane where I don't want you pulling small on one. Or sorry, on I saw your level and I said one. On Ogre, because whenever you have a ranged core that needs you to frontline for them, their ability to lane is like a quarter as much if you're not frontlining for them. So on top of that, if you're not taking their XP, then you're fucking useless. Like I need you to get level 2 as soon as possible. So this is like a very Ogre specific thing. But so I would want you laning with him as much as possible, and at least making it so it's hard for Rubik and Venge to be clicking CS at the same time. Like even if you're just walking at the Rubik, that's really impactful to the carry player.
Yeah, but I am working at him up
Yeah,
until our small camp spawned.
and that's what I'm saying is so don't pull,
Oh.
keep doing that.
Oh, even under
Like
their tower. 'Cause
literally
I
right
thought
here. Like be right here.
but wouldn't it how does it? I thought it's more beneficial for us to bring the lane back to our tower instead.
No, it's beneficial that Medusa doesn't get clicked by 2 heroes and that you get level 2.
Yeah, yeah, but wouldn't it? As in, would I get more out of the lane overall if I get XP from the small lane as well?
You will get more
from a small
total
camp.
experience. Medusa will get less CS, and you will get level 2 slower.
Okay,
So, like,
sure.
the total experience achieved is probably slightly higher by what you're doing, but it's giving the opponent a way stronger lane than they should have, if that makes sense. You should get level 2 ASAP and ignite these guys. And this lane's fucking over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know I need level 2. I just didn't know that this was the optimal way.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing about pulling is that as a carry player, it's difficult to tell you guys this stuff because it sounds like I'm whining, like in the middle of, like, say I'm Medusa here, and I'm like, I need you to lane with me, right? But the whole idea is that I would want you to, you could even like test this technically, but whatever method gets Medusa the most CS and you level 2 ASAP is the best method. And I can tell you from my own personal experience that that's you always laning and zoning the Rubik and Venge from ever doing this together. Like, we don't want Medusa to lose 200 mana for free. And now he's also missing these CS.
Okay.
You see how that happened there?
Yeah.
And so even though you're still kind of useless because you're level 1, Rubik's not going to be able to walk up to him like that if you're standing here. So I'm trying to show, so Buzz understands better as well, that because there's no Ogre over here, like because there's no extra guy here, like where is the moment? Because Ogre chases him here. If Ogre walks back to here, like up here right now, you're still here, then what's going to happen is, then this Rubik is just going to keep sitting here. He's going to keep sitting here. He's not going to walk at you because there's like literally an Ogre standing right here. And then this never happens. You never take 200 damage. You're CSing these creeps as Medusa. And like you might even like trade with the Venge. That's what would actually happen in the lane. If you were in lane. So I'm trying to like draw it out for you guys. But a lot of times when you're melee with a ranged 5, or sorry, melee 5 with a ranged carry, a lot of times you actually want to lane with them and have them push the lane into their tower. Okay? Like, you want to lane with them until the lane is literally shoved into their tower, and that's how you fix the lane equilibrium.
Okay.
Do you see that? Like, you actually just let the Medusa right-click the creeps. You ignite them and the creeps. Who fucking cares, right? Like, meaning, like, the lane equilibrium's already not good, so we don't care. And then we fix it by shoving it in. And if you do that early enough, meaning, like, this lane gets cleared at, like, a minute 46 or something, you know, like, it gets cleared really early, then you can actually turn around and stack this camp in time. And if you guys push out the lane, shove it into their tower, pull the lane back by shoving it into their tower, like now the lane's going to be like back here, and then you shove that after stacking this, maybe I'm losing you. So real quick, you play the lane up here, the next wave is coming, the one that spawns at 130. So like, let's just imagine you're playing the lane with him right here. You guys are playing this lane together. Lane, 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 lane. This wave comes up. So does yours. You guys clear this wave. And you walk back and potentially stack. That might happen. That's an option. And that just depends on, you know, if Rubik's over with you, then you can go do that. That's great. Then your whole idea is you're drawing attention away from the ranged carry. That's like the whole idea. If that's the case, then what happens is, you know, see how the lane kind of got fixed by pushing into their tower, but it didn't get fully fixed because we didn't push it hard enough. But now the lane's going to get fixed right now. And then you would go pull. Yeah. Like, this is a good pull. Oh, the pull's gone, though. Okay.
Yeah.
All good. Maybe that isn't the best pull because Lotus is spawning anyway. So one thing that I can help you guys work on in duos is that there are lanes where your carry needs to get like 75% of the experience. But then there are lanes where I need you to fucking get experience. Heroes that fit this description are Undying, amazing level 2 hero. Ogre, amazing level 2 hero. CM, amazing level 2 hero. Jakiro, amazing level 2 hero. An example is Snapfire. Sure, she gets stronger at level 2, but she's probably pretty fucking strong with like hitting them with a scatter shot and going back to pull. Like, she's pretty useful, you know? Level 1 compared to, like, she's not 10 times stronger level 2. Like, CM's way stronger level 2. Ogre's like infinitely stronger level 2. Undying goes from like being a body in front to actually having kill threat with Tombstone. There's just heroes that I want you to take my experience. AA, you're fucking useless. Don't be in my lane. You know what I mean? Like, pull as much as you can. But that also is why you don't pick AA Medusa. You pick AA Jug. You know, you pick a carry that doesn't really mind laning by itself, and you go pull. You see it? But like, CM wants heroes that want to lane because,
Wait,
you know... Go ahead.
So, is it fair to assume that Dusa early levels, he's quite paper? Because my assumption of Dusa is that even though she's a ranged carry, I thought Dusa would be quite or rather tankier than
Nah, she's ultra
other ranged
paper.
heroes.
Yeah, ultra
Okay.
paper. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. I mean, it makes sense if you're going off of that assumption that you're playing the lane this way. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought she was kind of tanky. That's why I thought she wouldn't have much issues.
Yeah, no, these are the
But
kind of
yeah,
things that are good to discuss in duo queue so that you guys understand.
okay.
So here's my goal. From I'm new to this whole duo queue coaching. When you go into the lane, like meaning you guys pick your heroes, you know, like you already know what your lane's gonna be, right? How much do you guys want Loon to be in lane first 3 minutes? Like, if I'm Dusa, I'm telling you to be in lane like 80% of the time. 90% of the time. If I'm like Jug and you're AA, I'm like, dude, just make sure that camp's available and get the fuck out of my lane. You know what I mean? There is wide variance here in terms of how often the 5 is supposed to be in lane. There's pretty wide variance. So I think the best thing you guys can do right off the bat is know that it really does stem from how useful the support's level 2 is and how much the carry needs help to get CS. Because with ranged heroes with like mediocre damage, even if I'm not that squishy and I'm gyrocopter, like I'm gyrocopter, I can flak the wave, like I'm pretty survivable, I have high move speed, I have fucking 51 damage. So if you just let the 2 enemy ranged guys click the creeps, I'm really sad. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't get CS. So I actually need you to walk at them in order to give me the CS. So I guess the question is how hard is it for the carry to CS without the support in lane? And you guys can kind of start building a profile yourself, Buzz. You know, you can start understanding your heroes better. And also, Loon, you can start understanding carry heroes better in general. Because like Jug, I can just defensive aggro and use my 61 base damage or whatever to CS. You know? As Gyro, that's much more difficult because I've got 50 damage, and the benefit of Gyro is actually having the ability to flak the wave and the enemies at the same time, and then the 5 also harassing them at the same time. So then they're just like, they literally can't lane because they've just lost half their HP to spells randomly. You know what I mean? Like they're not even getting interacted with; they're just getting hit by shit. That's why like Warlock Gyro's so good, because you just Fatal Bonds the wave and Gyro pushes E, and then the enemy takes half their HP and Gyro free farms. So that's an example of like a really sick lane combo. Like for me, Gyro doesn't really want like an Ogre, because Gyro's level 1 is really bad and Ogre's level 1 is really bad. So usually like level 1 supports like Snapfire plus Gyro very strong, right? So just examples. These are all just thoughts for you guys, and these questions I'm asking you guys, I'm putting in this group chat. I want you guys to ask each other in the laning, like in the draft phase. You know, like you guys see your heroes, you see their heroes, and I want you to have an estimate of like, you know, scale of 1 to 10 for both of these. You know, 10 being you're literally not leaving his side for the first 3 minutes, and 1 being you're pulling as much as possible. So where on this scale do you think you guys are, given the lane you guys are in, right? And it's perfectly fine if you're wrong. You know, if Buzz says, I don't think I really need you there that much, I think it's better we play for pulls, and then the lane goes atrociously because it was actually better that you were there. And the idea is that there can be a bit of a discussion between the two of you, right? It can be like, yeah, I think I think I'm fine by myself, and then, you know, Loon, you can say, well, I think my hero should get level 2 as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes from both of you. This also considers importance of support level 2. Support level 2, important, equals lane more. Any questions from either of you? I'll Buzz first. Any questions about this?
No, I'm good. I was listening to you the whole time.
Yeah, all good. What about you, Loon?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more on my end where I need to understand carry heroes more. Cause yeah, I think the way I was laning was I thought Medusa was very tanky, and maybe that's why I lane wrong. I'm not too sure as well. But I think my understanding of carry heroes need to be better.
Well,
Play
that's the
better.
beauty of what I'm trying to hope. I'm hoping. So the biggest problem about this, do you know how I learned this stuff? Because I played on
Oh.
teams and I talked to my support players. You know, like
Ah,
this is all
uh-huh.
leftover knowledge. This isn't shit you really learn in solo queue because nobody talks about it.
Mm-mm.
You know, like the reason that high level players know this stuff is because they play on teams. And I think it actually only gets learned if you're talking to somebody else in the other role. Like it's not as much like you don't have game knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not like you don't have game knowledge. It's you haven't had theory crafting discussions with your carry player. And if you have those, you will just know these things way better. Like you will. So I think you guys will learn this stuff quite fast. It also requires self-awareness on Buzz's part. Like not only is it important for you to know what your carry needs, but it's more important that he knows what he needs. You know? It's not your job to like babysit him. You know what I mean? It is your job to give his hero what his hero needs, but sometimes, you know, even in competitive play, there's still some sort of discussion. I've literally watched like liquid scrims and stuff. There's discussion between the 1 and the 5 pregame of what the 1 needs from you. Like, you know, block the hard camp, leave it open, body block first minute, let it spawn second minute. You know, we need the pull camp open immediately, and then the 5 will say, okay, well, then when the Rubik contests me, I need you to walk over. Like, these type of things happen in Pro Dota. You know what I'm saying? Like, these type of comms. So, it's like, my goal for you guys is to get you off the ground running, to start somewhere. The goal of these questions is for Buzz to gain an awareness of how much he wants his support to play with him, and for you to gain an awareness of how carry heroes work so that you know whether or not to play with them. And this will help both of you, even if you play solo queue. You know? You'll better cater to your carries on Lung, and for Buzz, you can better request what you need. You know?
Yeah. I was asking him before. I mean, after the game, I remember asking him, what did he need from me? But I think he didn't understand the hero or the lane dynamic. So end up we didn't really get much. His reply was, I forgot what he said, but I think it was nothing really changed. Because I was also curious, what did he need from me?
How do you feel about what he just said there, Buzz?
I don't like I didn't really know what to answer. Like what I needed from him because I didn't want to be like me. Like I didn't know like if what was needed during that time, and I didn't want to sound like too demanding also.
Oh,
So
I think it's
like
fine. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's where I'm coming from. Like I didn't want to sound demanding, and maybe if I ask him and it's not like comfortable with his playstyle, then I might ruin the lane. You know, so that was like the things coming in my head.
Gotcha. Okay. So Lung, what did you, to your best capability, what did you just hear him say?
To the I think because we are still both quite new to each other, so maybe he was afraid to be direct. But for me, I am the more direct kind where if you want to let me know, I'm fine with it.
Okay. So what I'm hearing
Yeah.
is Buzz, like I'll give my armchair psychology here. Buzz is a returning player. He mainly plays solo queue, and probably a lot of his experiences where he's asked his support to do something, he doesn't really get met with okay. He gets met with like, you know, some semblance of not listening or fuck off or stop being so demanding, whatever, you know? So, Buzz, like I'm giving acknowledgement to the fact that there's a reason, like it's not like you're crazy or something. There's a reason that you have that default, but that default also isn't helping you. Do you understand? Like there's a reason it's there, but we're going to need you to know that unlearning that is really important. But
Yeah.
the only way to unlearn this
understand.
is to give you somebody like Lung that's going to literally say what he just said, which is, I'm direct. I want to know what you want from me, and I'll look to do it. That's what Lung just said, right, Lung?
Yeah.
You just said, like, what do you want from me? I'm happy to give it to you. I just don't know what it is. So,
yeah, because I was lost.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the type of communication that doesn't happen in solo queue that is absolutely essential for the maximum growth of both players. And this is like, for me, if there's one takeaway from this entire session, like, you know, I gave Buzz some individual stuff to work on. And so you at least have an idea of what he's going to be doing, Loong, in terms of like he's going to be picking one of these farming heroes, he's going to be doing that. But for the laning phase, we need Buzz, you need to be asking yourself these questions down here. The first two, how much do you guys want Loong to lane with you? And how hard is it for the carry to CS without his support? Ask yourself this at the beginning of the game. Ask yourself how much help you think you need from him and what percentage of the time it is. And after the game, there needs to be a discussion of, after the game, how did the lane compare to what was initially thought? What adjustments would be made and why? Does that make sense for like an after game discussion? Nobody's wrong. We're not like blaming anybody. It's just the goal is that you guys gain a mutual understanding of how to play these lanes.
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, man. I think it's really hard to unlearn this, and I think it's really hard to basically feel like you can trust requesting things from people when, you know, your experience has been otherwise. But, you know, Loong said it himself, and I appreciate that a lot from you, Loong, that you're just saying like, hey, man, like, I'm happy to help you out here. Just let me know. And that's going to be our goal. Our goal is to get you two on the same page. Buzz gets in the habit of requesting. You know, Loong, you'll be learning about carry heroes in the process, so you'll be able to better support them. I personally think that the biggest difference between honestly like 6 to 10k supports and above is their knowledge of their carry heroes. I actually think it's like, or their core heroes in general, like where their cores want them to play in lane, where their cores want them to play in the game. I actually, a lot of support knowledge from where you're at right now in MMR, Loong, is actually understanding what your carries and other heroes need so that you know what your role in the game is. And that's including the map as well. You know, like in terms of where do you play at minute 15? Right? Something you were mentioning at the start.
Yeah, so like I think the reason why I was lost, I can't remember which game I asked, but I remember I had an idea of what his hero want to do. Like for example, say Dusa. My idea of Dusa is that she would ideally try to lane around top as much as possible until the tier 1 falls, and then afterwards take top jungle and maybe mid wave until she gets Manta before she goes to her speed push mode where she just sends Manta down the lane.
Yeah.
And then AFK jungle. That was my idea of a Dusa.
I got you.
Yeah, so but there are games where I had that idea, I tried to play around it, but it didn't happen, where she just maybe got pushed out a bit too early, or maybe he went to the triangle a bit too early. So
is
the
that your
map
game
feels
specifically with Buzz or with Medusa in general?
with Buzz. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I think it's important that I understand very clearly. So what I want people to know now, this is not at all trying to like shame you or anything here, Buzz. I want us to see how important it is that we know how to optimally play our hero, because generally speaking, the higher MMR we go, the more likely our teammates are to assume that they have an idea of how our hero plays, and that they'll be looking for that. So if we, like, the only solution to this, Buzz, is that we refine your first 12 minutes. And this will not happen if you do not pick the same hero 10 times in a row. It won't happen. Like what he just said, I need to see you play 10 games of Medusa. I see the 10th game, and I see how you guys lane Medusa together. And I see how you play the first 12 minutes of the game on Dusa together. Do you know what I mean, Buzz?
I got it, yeah.
That's how this gets fixed. So, I can sense that they're, you know, you guys are new to duo queuing together, so it's not like I called up two best friends and had them start playing together for this coaching session. This is a good practice for how we learn about ourselves and then how we can adjust in games. And sometimes as support, like if your core isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, quote unquote, you know, then the question begs, how does your hero adjust to that. So like in this case, if you feel like Medusa is supposed to play lane and he doesn't play lane, it's likely on Ogre that instead of being active on the map, it's your job to sit underneath the tier 1 tower and ignite the creeps to defend it. You know, that's an option. So let's just see this here. You know, I do think Gyro's the better meta hero, so I think you should choose Gyro personally. But I'm not gonna micro it that much. In terms of what you guys want to do. But if I was giving a recommendation, it'd be Gyro. Okay. So in this case, we're gonna wrap up pretty soon here. I'm just gonna watch this. Okay. Okay, I have a good idea. So at the end of the day, I think I've seen a lot of what I need to see this week. I guess you know, like I said, neither of you signed a contract. I know, you know, these sessions are predominantly for buzz. I also hope, Loong, that you got something out of it. You know, I hope you did. But the idea is that just let me know if for some reason it's not working out between the two of you to play together. I hope it does, but if it doesn't, just know neither of you locked into this. If one of you is uncomfortable, just let me know. And I can help take care of it. This is new to me, having people that I'm trying to help each other learn. I'm trying to help two people help each other to learn. My goal for this is that it gives you guys dialogue and the ability to talk about what you expect to see in games. Even having a support tell you what they expect from you on your carry role can be useful. Because if they say, yeah, I've always thought that this carry hero plays this way, that might help you learn a little bit more too, Buzz. So it's like it can go both ways. It doesn't just have to be the carry telling what they need. The support can say, like, this is how I view this hero's role in the game. Maybe you guys view it differently. And if there's a viewing, like if there's a difference in perspectives, we could talk about it. Like, hey, I was playing Gyro and I thought I was supposed to play this way, and Loong thought I was supposed to play this way. So when we look at this replay, what do you think? You know, and I can talk to you both about, hey, you know, I'm not going to take sides, but let's talk about like the logistics upon the situation we're in, and you know, somebody's going to learn. Hopefully, both people learn. But that's what I'm kind of envisioning from these sessions. As long as you guys continue to do them, and you know, I can't emphasize enough. If either of you ever backs out, there's no hard feelings. Just let me know. Are there any questions from either of you before we wrap it up?
For me, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Awesome. What about you, Loong? Anything?
Not really, no. Yeah, I think we just have to play a bit more games.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Feel free to message me with any brief questions you guys might have. If there's like a quick, like, you know, we were trying this, what do you think, kind of thing. Okay, guys, I'll send you off. Thanks for joining us, Loong,
Alright.
and I'll see you guys later.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
See you.
Buzz. Okay. That was my first glimpse into a duo coaching session.